Mingo and his wife lived in a house at the bottom of a large mountain. They loved their house, but they did not love the mountain. Rocks and stones broke loose from the cliffs. They dropped down onto the house of Mingo. The roof was full of holes. Clouds formed on the top of the mountain. Heavy rain fell from the clouds onto this roof that was full of holes. The rooms inside were damp and drippy. When the sun did shine, it never warmed the house of Mingo. The mountain always cast a dark shadow. The flowers and vegetables in the garden grew thin and sparse.
This mountain brings us but nothing but unhappiness,
said the wife of Mingo.
Husband, you must move the mountain, so we must enjoy our house in peace.
My dear wife,
said Mingo,
how can one man so small as I move a large mountain such as this?
How should I know?
said his wife.
There's a wise man who live in the village. Go ask him.
Mingo hurried to the village. When he found the wise man, he said,
I want to move the mountain that's near my house.
The wise man thought for a long time. Wisps of smoke curled from his pipe. Finally, he said,
Go home, Mingo. Cut down the trees. Pick this tree you can find. Put this tree against the side of the mountain with all of your strength. This is the way that you will move the mountain.
Mingo ran home. He cut down the tallest, thickest tree that he could find. Mingo and his wife held tightly to the tree. Running as fast as they could, they pushed the tree against the side of the mountain. The tree split in half. Mingo and his wife fell on their heads. The mountain did not move an inch.
Go back to the wise man,
said the wife of Mingo.
Ask him to think another way to move the mountain.
Again, the wise man thought for a long time. Rings of smoke blew from his pipe. Finally, he said,
Go home, Mingo. Take the pots and pans from the kitchen. Pull a spoon in each of your hands. With this spoon, hit the pots and pans as hard as you can. Raise your voice in loud shouts and cries. The mountain will be frightened by the noise. This is the way that you'll move the mountain.
Mingo ran home. He took the pots and the pans from his kitchen. Mingo and his wife held a spoon in each one of their 4 hands. They shouted and cried. They hit the pots and pans as hard as they could. They made a great noise. Flocks of birds flew out of the trees, but the mountain did not move at all.
Go back to the wise man,
cried the wife of Mingo.
Ask him to think another way to move the mountain.
Mingo watched as the wise man thought for a long time. Clouds of smoke billowed from his pipe. Finally, he said,
Go home, Mingo. Bake me in the cave and loaves of bread. Bring it to the spirit who lives at the top of the mountain. That spirit is always hungry. He will be happy to receive your dish. He will grant your every wish. This is the way that you will move the mountain.
Mingo ran home. With his wife, he baked platters of cakes and baskets of bread. Together they began the steep climb to the top of the mountain where the spirit lived. They felt a strong wind as they struggled up the high cliffs. It whistled and howled. Soon the air was filled with flying cakes and loaves of bread. There was nothing left for the spirit, and the mountain did not move. Without waiting for his wife to say a word, Mingo went quickly back to the wise man.
Help me move this mountain so I may enjoy my house in peace,
cried Mingo. The wise man sat in deep thought for a long, long time. There was so much smoke coming from his pipe that he could hardly be seen. Finally, he said,
Take your house apart, step by step. Gather all these sticks that are the pieces of your house. Collect all the things that are your possession. Gather everything into bundles with rope and trunk. Carry these bundles in your arms and on the top of your head. Face the mountain and close your eyes. Having done all this, you need step to the end of the movie Mountain. You will put your left foot in a place that is, and back of the light foot. You must do this again and again for many hours. When you open your eyes, you will see that the mountain has moved far away.
This is a strange dance, said Minglo, but if it makes the mountain move, I will do it at once.
Minglo ran home. He took his house apart, stick by stick. He gathered all the sticks and collected all the things that were his possessions. Minglo and his wife bound everything into bundles with rope and twine. They carried their bundles in their arms and on the top of their heads. Then Minglo showed his wife how to do the dance of the moving mountain. They faced the mountain and closed their eyes. Carefully, they began to move their feet to the steps of the dance. They each put their left foot in place that was behind their right foot. Then they each put their right foot in place that was behind their left foot. The neighbors saw Minglo and his wife walking backwards across the fields with all their possessions. It was an odd sight, and they watched in wonder. After many hours had passed, Minglo and his wife opened their eyes. "Look," cried Minglo.
Our dance has done its work. The mountain has moved far away.
Stick by stick, they rebuilt their house. They unpacked all of their possessions and made themselves at home. Minglo and his wife lived the rest of their lives under an open sky and a warm sun. When rain fell, it came gently down on the roof that had no holes. They often looked at the mountain that was small in the distance. There was happiness in their hearts, for they both knew that they had made the mountain move. The end.